Hey, what's up everybody? Rob Marzullo here, Ram Studio Comics. Welcome back. So today's video or live stream, I'm just going to sit here and sketch, do some drawings, and maybe take some requests. We'll see. I want to start getting some more actual line renditions of some stuff that I'm going to paint. So I need to start like working out concepts, maybe talking about overall composition as we draw. So maybe we'll talk about that a little bit today. But I'll wait for a few people to join in. So unfortunately I didn't promote this one again. I'm just kind of jumping in and whatever happens, happens. But unfortunately this is the only way I can do it right now because I'm working on a couple projects and I don't always know when I'm going to be available to stream at this current juncture. So we'll just do it like this and see what happens. And I know last time we talked, some people wanted to see some manga studio stuff, but I gotta go with Sketchbook just because it's easier for me to kind of focus on a couple things at once here. Hey, what's up, DBZ Nation? Good to have you back. How you doing? See, I'm thinking today we're just going to talk about like a little bit of compositional type of stuff and some sketching, some rendering. Seems to be the stuff that's more popular anyways. A lot of people want to know like how to conceptualize, how to get the drawing going and the drawing process started and kind of where to take it from there. Yeah, and make sure somebody does a quick audio check for me. Let me know that everything sounds good. I got the mic a little bit further away, so I'm trying to draw with the Cintiq on my lap this time versus on the table. I seem to get a little bit better drawings. Okay, so you did hear that. Yeah, everything's good. Just trying to get this whole live stream thing off the ground and make partner. If I get enough people over here, I'll make partner. I think that's how they refer to it anyways. You get partnership and they give you a little subscribe button so you can feel all extra important. I guess I don't need that little button to make me feel important, but it wouldn't hurt. So yeah, let me know if you guys got any particular questions, and if you want to jump into some other program, I got Photoshop ready to go. I mean, if we absolutely have to, we can go to Manga Studio, but I'm going to try to just sketch inside of Sketchbook here. Okay, yeah, glad to hear it. Sweet. So yeah, not really sure who I'm doing here yet. Maybe it'll be I don't know, I'm kind of feeling like Captain America or somebody. What's up, Jordan? Good to have you back. Yeah, I'm not reading that one, but maybe I'm misinterpreting your gender or something there. Who would have thought with a name like Jordan? But oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no to that for right now. So I appreciate the offer though. Sheesh, crazy. So yeah, what's up? What's happening with you guys? What do you guys want to see drawn here? Anything coming to mind? Almost thinking I want to make this like Captain America or somebody. Did I say that already? Am I being redundant? You threw me for a loop with that last comment. Yeah, let's just do Cap. You guys can help me figure out. I always struggle with the shield. Like the size of the shield. Should it be like... Kind of looks weird, don't it? Doesn't he hold it? He holds it more back to his arm, doesn't he? back here more, right? God, I'm a horrible Marvel fan. Horrible. Man, 3 people. I got 3 people. What kind of audience is that? That's sad. I really got some work to do. What do you guys think? Captain America sound good on this one? Who wins in a fight, Captain America or Deadpool? Ugh. Yeah, I'd have to give that to Deadpool. I mean, you know, based on the comics, they're gonna go for, you know, they're gonna say Captain America because he's the hero type or whatever. But you know, Deadpool is gonna fight dirty. And I mean, you know, when you put their powers or whatever, their abilities at end, you know, Deadpool's definitely got them there. I mean, a guy you can't kill. So yeah, I got to give that one to Deadpool, unfortunately. But like I said, based on the writers and the whole, you know, superhero good guy stuff, they're gonna write it for Captain America to win. Draw a Reagan. What's a Reagan? You're gonna have to educate me on that one. I don't know what a Reagan is. Unless you're saying President Reagan. You misspelled it. Captain America sounds cool. Yeah, so this is yeah, this is a pretty awkward pose. So I think what we're going to do too is talk about you know, poses in general and how to not draw a bad one like that right there. But you know, sometimes it takes a couple bad ones to get a good one out. So one of the things that I'll do is try to draw, like, you know, a bunch of thumbnails. I think we talked about that in one of the last episodes. So, you know, I'll get out some bad sketches to kind of feel out hopefully a good one. So let's take this, and it's actually looking like a Rob Liefeld pose, isn't it? Something he would do. So let's turn that arm back here. So yeah, I wanna try to move some things around and show you that. So let me do that. Let me scale this puppy down, put him over here in no man's land, and let's try a couple poses from a distance. So I'm gonna try to sketch them real fast so I can get more of a feeling. So this is something that I wanted to kind of point out. I was thinking about it in one of the last videos. Like, when in doubt, when you're trying to do gestures, try to draw them as fast as possible so that you don't focus on details, you focus more on a feeling and an overall quick placement of everything. So for instance, if you got this idea that the arm is like tucked back here, you don't want to painstakingly and slowly draw it back there because you might overthink it. You want to like almost just hurry up, get it in there and go, okay, does that work or does it not work? You know, and really fly through a bunch of these thumbnails. So what you tend to do is try to symbolize everything with really simple shapes. So let's see, so if the leg goes here, knee goes here, maybe he's got the one leg kicked out, maybe this leg's a little bit back. So you do this like really quick, again, just representation of the stuff, not, you know, because you're going to finalize it or clean it up later. So for now, it's just like, okay, what's it really doing? Is his head down, a little arrow or a, you know, cross on the face for the head being down, stuff like that. This to make this, to reinforce the fact that this foot is tucked back, you can put this one in shadow, and then you can like put it further back, you know, in horizon kind of. And again, this is a bad sketch too, but it's just really trying to get this stuff in place quickly, You know, maybe you want to reinforce the fact that he's leaned over. Bring the body over this way and tilt it and make it a little bit larger so it looks like it's coming out towards camera, and that makes it a little more dynamic than a straight up and down pose. You know, make this leg look like it's coming out towards camera, do it bigger, you know, more imposing, foot up front. Forgive that crazy looking leg, but you know, hopefully you're getting the idea there that that's how, you know, you can tend to work as much of this out in the rough sketch to get it all kind of in place and figure it out. And then once you go back and you do your cleanup, I'll say this is good enough, even though I'd probably keep working on this just to refine it a little bit more, but I want to kind of stress the speed thing. So I'm going to soft erase this down really far, and then I'm going to come back and try to clean it up. And now I'm thinking a little bit more about, you know, better line work and things maybe looking a little bit more accurate. Not a ton, but you know, because it's still not, you can do a couple revisions before you get to your render stage or whatever. You probably should anyways. More opportunities to you know, make it look better, but and then each time you go back and clean it up and you've got a little bit more foundation to work with, that's when you can like take your time and, you know, start to really think about what things look like. Okay, so I want this arm come up here. Again, I want this to look more foreshortened, so I might bring this this fist up a little bit higher. What's that sound? Let's see. Jordan's saying, do all the rough sketching to make sure it doesn't turn into 90 Degree Man. Yeah, for sure. 90 Degree Man is definitely what you don't want. And then Mr. Kara, if I'm saying that right, you're saying, what's that sound? The only thing I could think of that you're hearing is maybe me drawing against the screen. Possibly. Yeah, so you don't want 90 Degree Man, and 90 Degree Man is really easy to do because, you know, just easy to draw a 90 degree person, so it happens a lot. It's also the same thing where you want to really avoid straight on shots, unless of course that's specifically what you're told to draw. Just stay away from them, because in comics you're probably not going to do a whole lot of straight on shots. If you do, it's going to probably make your book look pretty boring. Yeah, I hear you drawing, but that's no big deal. Yeah, I don't know what else. I don't hear anything over here, so I wish I could help you there. I don't know if maybe it's a connection. Are you guys all hearing a weird, funky sound there? Can you describe it? Okay, so that's kind of the second stage of that particular sketch. So you see it, you know, it came out a little bit better. Still not a great sketch or anything, but it gets us closer. You know, it's not so boring and straight up and down. You know, like the guy off to the side holding his shield, like, you know, I don't even want to say what he looks like he's doing, but he doesn't look like he's happy. All right, so we can try another one. Oh, and before we get too far into it, let me do a quick promo thing, just because I'm trying to get the word out there on this stuff. Just so you guys know, I'm doing new level rewards for my Patreon. So now certain video tutorials will actually be available by different levels of my Patreon. So level 1 you get HD downloads, level 2 you get a video tutorial each month, level 3 you get the layered PSDs. So I just want to let you know that you can support me in the work that I do by going to Patreon, and you know, you'll see works in progress and layered PSDs in video form of what I'm doing and what I'm studying, and I'll share that with you. and you can also get it on my Gumroad as just a singular download if you don't want to contribute monthly and that kind of thing. So I just want to show you guys that, because that's hopefully that'll be something that grows and it'll sustain what I'm doing here with the other, the live streaming and all that stuff. So that was my shameless plug. Back to the drawing. So I'm going to try here not to start with the head, and also I got to think of, let me try this. I want to try like a more compositional type setting. So I kind of mentioned this in one of the other live streams that I want to start drawing scenes and stuff, so it's not just like, hey, let's draw a bunch of singular characters, because that doesn't really do us a ton of good. So any ideas for this this shot here, you guys? I should do like a delay test where I say something, then hit a stopwatch and see how long it takes you guys to respond back. I'll at least know what the actual delay is. So yeah, let me think of a scene here. Well, here, let me do this. There's always questions about perspective, and it's important to know. And let's go to a 1 point, because that's real common in a lot of comic shots. Let's offset it a little bit right about there. And let's try a few little an alleyway or something. You're not good at backgrounds? Yeah, backgrounds can be tricky. Well, it's like anything else, just start a sketch. The hardest part is getting started, and then just start manipulating it. So, for instance, if this is an alleyway and you got, sidewalk up here, kind of across the street, another little series of buildings, and always kind of throw something in for like size relationships. So maybe, some double doors right there. Another little segment between the buildings. And you figure out, it's like, alright, do I want to draw every brick or just some? So you kind of get some guidelines in there for bricks. The only thing I don't like is, if you notice, right when you get by the horizon line, it gets real tricky to get the drawing to go to the right angle. You got to kind of force it, and once you get away from the horizon line, it's fine. It just works like a charm. So that's like way too much. I don't know that I would try to do every brick like this, but what I'll tend to do is give like just a few guidelines like this, and then I can go back and add to it. So I don't need, since I got enough of that in place, I can pretty much just hit escape here and then just start freehanding it from here, because I got enough reference to go from. The bricks don't have to be perfect or anything. So that's one way to do it, but it's more time consuming. One way I like to do it is like blocking as much shadow as I can to kind of save time. So I'll like put all this in shadow, which it kind of adds to the dark alleyway thing. Put all this in shadow up here. And then throw in lots of clutter, so you want like a tipped over trash can or something. Have it all dinged up. You know, have the lid sitting over here or something, you know, so it's like, this is like little stuff you can do if if you're better at drawing the little random stuff, then you do more of this. It's going to look better anyways. You don't have like trash coming out of here. If you're good at drawing dogs, you draw a little dog grabbing himself a biscuit or meal or whatever. I doubt there's a biscuit in there, but you know what I mean. That'd be one lucky dog. You know, draw like the dings and dents in the can. You know, get like your light source going. So just little things like this, and it's like in this stage it's just like drawing that sketch of the guy over there. You just basically rough in as much as you can, you know, keep it loose and more expressive and just based on an idea. Okay, after Max says we usually draw the whole brick wall or just fake it. Yeah, I don't usually draw the whole wall like that. That's kind of why I was sketching it in, just to give you an idea of how I'd start it, or at least get the lines going. But it's better to fake it. So what you can do is just get all these guidelines in there, and then you can do like some, you know, texture effects like this. And then some bricks are like kind of fill in almost, and so you do like this more of a texturing thing kind of, and you don't have to do it everywhere, you know, just like little bits and pieces. So maybe like, I don't know where I want to end it. Let me see here, because it looks like, I think this up here, even though it's not very refined, but I think that looks better than this stuff right here. Like it looks too smooth and flat right there, where if you do these, you know, let me do it over here and kind of show you a little bit better. If you do these more texture effects, almost like you're inking, but with, you know, you're still drawing, but you're doing more drawing of the shadows and the, you know, think of it more like you're drawing the shadows, not the lines. I guess would be the best way to put it. So it's more of a stylized effect, and you know, lots of irregularities, because you don't want this nice, clean, crisp brick wall in the back of an alley. You know, you want it to look dingy and gritty and all that stuff. And then, you know, and you wouldn't do every single brick unless you just really have lots of time on your hands. You know, so you'd probably get up to here and go up here. You would do, you know, they're obviously going to be a lot tighter together, so you're also going to kind of not see portions of it maybe. So I would just space it out, do little texture lines here and there, and you know, always throw in lots of shading. And you'll see a lot of artists do this. I don't know what this ever is, but you see it on a lot of designs. They'll do like this area where it looks like something's been chipped away from the brick or over the brick. It's pretty sad. I don't even know what it is, but I've drawn it in my stuff a lot. So what they'll do is like come up here, and it'll look like the brick has fallen off, or maybe it's a brick fascia or something. I don't know what it is, but you'll see it on almost every comic guys kind of thing. And they'll put it randomly here and there, and it adds another dynamic to it, and it saves probably a lot of time. It's probably the real reason it's there. That's what I think's funny too, of like, you hear some of these comic guys talk when they're illustrating and doing stuff, and they'll kind of let out little tips that some of the stuff they do is merely just to save time, which I think is awesome. Like I remember one of the videos listening to Jim Lee talk, and he said something about all the characters that have capes, their books come out on time because they use the cape to like cover up stuff and cover up feet and things that they don't want to draw. I thought that was awesome. Like, never thought about it like that, but you know, you can definitely get really quick at drawing capes, and that would save you a tremendous amount of time. He's like, then we had this era where nobody wanted capes on their superheroes, and all the books started coming out late. So that was a pretty funny depiction of that. Alright, so yeah, so what do you guys want me to do here? Just keep doodling away on this, or do you got anything specific you want to see? If not, I'll just kind of keep going to this. And you know, the other thing that I tend to do with like shots like this is, you know, just the stuff that, you know, you're gonna just typically maybe see in an alley, like an old beat up cardboard box. You know, maybe it's tipped over on its side and its, you know, flaps are open like this and whatever. You just kind of keep doodling this stuff in here and ultimately coming up with your little alley scene. Yeah, and remembering the light source. Okay, just trying to read through your guys' comments here. Hey, what's up, Sketchcat? Good to have you back. Twin Joker, good to see ya. Twin Joker asks, is this part of a specific comic, or are you just showing how to do stuff? Yeah, I'm just basically just messing around. This isn't a comic scene or anything like that. Just kind of trying to explain the process, you know, like how I would thumbnail a scene and what things I think about as I'm trying to work through it. So that's really all this is. I just know that a lot of people get bogged down in this type of drawing, even though, you know, it's just an alley, it's nothing special, but it's really the same concepts that go into drawing anything that a lot of people kind of start to struggle with. You know, like, what do I put here, what do I do there? And the main thing is just to kind of cheat, you know, in certain areas, really. I mean, you don't want to draw, like we talked about, you don't want to have to draw every brick. You want to think creatively about how to, you know, not draw everything and maybe throw some cool shading in there to make it work. It's being very coherent about what you're doing, and then trying to think about the smartest way to put it down to make it look cool and to get it done quickly. You know, so it's definitely a combination of those things. It's not really just how good you can draw, you know, because there's lots of guys that can draw really well, but they can't do a book because, you know, I kind of describe myself, I think it takes me too long to do a book sometimes. I have to like simplify, and that's what kind of what I was trying to kind of illustrate here. Alright, trying to read Sketchcat's comment here. Alright, I have a question, Rob. What were some of your breakthrough moments in art? If you can remember any, maybe one day you realized you should have been practicing a certain thing more, or maybe you heard that some advice about something and that made perfect sense after that. Yeah, that's a tough one. Let me think. A breakthrough moment, kind of an epiphany of sorts, I guess is what you're saying. You know, it had to be when I was about 5 years old, and my mom showed me how to do birds, and the whole time I'm trying to do birds, I'm going like this. This is probably what it looked like when I was 5. You know, and I'm going like this, and I'm trying to get the feet in the right place, and the eye just where the eye goes, and a little worm in the mouth, you know, and I'm thinking, how does this bird look, you know, looking at pictures, and my mom just comes up and she goes, that's a bird, that's a bird, that's a bird, and it all just kind of made sense. I was doing it wrong. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm trying to make a joke there, but that is really how my mom showed me how to do birds. But anyways, I don't I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's a series of a lot of those moments like you're describing. Like I know that every time I watch people like the guys from the '90s comics era, like my heroes in comics, pretty much, I always grab little bits of information from each one of them. Like I'll watch a video where Jim Lee's drawn, and some stuff he does will make really great sense. Um, so I just really try to take in as much from artists that I'm a big fan of. As soon as I see something they're doing, I watch it, and that's all I can do. It's like get as much of that information as you can from those guys, because they're awesome at what they do for a reason. And it doesn't just have to be those comic guys or comic guys that are popular right now or any of that. It can be just art in general. I've learned stuff from people sending me their work, and saying I've had sketches of people do fan art of my character, and it was impressive enough to where I'm like, wow, it kind of made me think differently about how to draw this particular thing. So I think art is just you bounce those ideas off of everybody, and you're picking and grabbing little bits of everybody as you go. I think all birds have worms. Yeah, they probably have to survive. Yeah, I know. Books are tough. I mean, you spend all this time, pouring your heart and soul into this stuff, and then somebody flips through it in a few minutes. It's like, you just. But that's where I think you have to like think about the cheats that you can get away with in your drawings. And I don't know, you want to call them cheats, but just things that make it the process quicker, and just get it done. Just done is better than perfect. Is the phrase I keep going back to. I just heard that not too long ago, and it makes a lot of sense. Like, because I'm always that person that wants to keep revisiting my work, make it better, make it better. It's like, no, just get it done. You'll get better through repetition, but you got to get stuff done to keep that repetition going. Because you're not going to keep doing it. Um, Put it this way: it doesn't make sense to just make this one really perfect book. You got to make a bunch of books. You're telling a story. So one perfect book doesn't do it. It's got to be a bunch of not so perfect books, but a complete story. That's how people get interested, and that's how you retain readers and all that great stuff. So yeah, it's got to get fast. And that's also why you see a lot of books that have a team of artists or a team of creators. I totally see that now because I create Blackstone on my own, and it takes a ridiculous amount of time for me to make a book because I'm thumbnailing it, I'm writing it, I'm drawing it, I'm inking it, I'm ballooning it, word ballooning it, and all this stuff. And it's like, God, man, it's like just no wonder when you open it. No wonder when you watch a Disney, Pixar, or whoever owns Pixar now, I can't remember. When you see the credits roll, it's like hundreds, if not thousands, of names, and it's like, oh, that's why it was so impressive. It takes many hands make light work, and you need that team to get these tougher projects done, or you just got to be really fast, and really you're probably not going to get insanely fast until you pumped out a bunch of books, because you learn so much stuff along the way. So. Yeah, let me know if you guys got some ideas here. Yeah, I'm using Sketchbook to draw and not a mouse. I'm using a tablet. Yeah, I wish I could draw with a mouse. I don't know how people do that, but apparently some people do. But yeah, this has pressure sensitivity, so I can get a light line and a thin line. Okay, so you guys got any questions here? Just keep doodling away. You can also do like these little scraps of paper. You do a little Coke can. This is ridiculous. There should not be a Coke can laying out in the alley. People need to quit littering. Stop it. It's not right. I like always doing this one, a little piece of paper like flipping in the air and then a little wisp behind it. It's like, I don't know, something about that. It's like so comic. So comical. So comic. Yeah, so you just do a bunch of little grungy stuff and little stuff on top of stuff. I don't know. And, you know, get a car out in the road here. Want to see how bad my cars are? Check it out. It's like all my other drawings though, it all starts really bad and I just keep moving the lines around till it looks coherent. Until somebody finally goes, that's a decent looking car. I'd drive that. Does it get good mileage? Faces. Yeah, we can do some faces. I love doing faces. They're my favorite. The other neat thing too in Sketchbook is if you just hold shift, you get these nice old lines straight up and down. No, probably not going to color this. This is just more of a thumbnail idea, just to kind of get the ball rolling. But I'll do some faces. But I just wanted to explain how you would do like a quick one-point perspective, you know, alleyway, something like that. Just trying to mix it up because I usually always draw characters like this, and I didn't want to. Oh, here we go. You know what we can do? Put this guy in the alleyway. Looks like he's getting ready to battle it out. See? And this is how you do composition. I actually tell you what, let me go back here. Oh no, I lost them. Alright. Thought I lost all my hard work there. Command C, Command V. It's funny, it's like, now that I put them in a scene, that leg looks really bad. And then you go, well, let's see, add a layer. And you just throw a little white out kind of effect behind them. But that's a good way to kind of, you know, place your character in a scene and see if it works. But like I said, since I did that, it really made that leg look awkward. But that's fine. That's how, another thing, like I always kind of check the work by comparison. It's just a funky pose anyways, but just to show you that you can assemble all your stuff from different pieces like that. Yeah, so we got, yeah, if you hold shift, let me answer Sketchcats real quick. So if you hold shift, you get perfectly straight up and down and horizontal and vertical lines, with or without the perspective ruler. Yeah, that leg's all messed up. I definitely would have to redraw that. So yeah, so basically I got one for drawing buildings and one for faces. So what do you guys want to do? God, I can't stand the delay there. I'll start drawing a face till you guys answer. Or let me do this. Let me just do a couple faces. We'll do perspective on the next one because I won't be able to put in much time tonight. Unfortunately, I just wanted to jump in and make an appearance and get a little bit of this going. I got to try to fit in more and more of these as I can, but it'll probably be shorter intervals of, like, 45 minutes, hour. Every now and then I'll do a long one for a couple hours, but it's tricky to get these fit in with everything I got going. Both faces first. Nice. Yeah, so what yeah, let me show you this. This is kind of something I've been doing more of lately for faces. Let's see if this guy helps you guys at all. So I start off with what I got here, right? So you notice I just sketched out like some cylinders. Start with like a circle here. I'll add a draw line. I don't do all that measuring a whole lot, just because if you get too much into measuring every little component, it will kind of force you to make these repetitive looking characters a little bit. So you use that measurement stuff to get you in the realm, but then you want to vary it up so that you can make all different kinds of characters. So, but this is something I've been doing more that I kind of like. I don't know if I explained this yet, but you do this, so you get the center line on the face, right? And you do this thing where you kind of define your character's face by this center line method. So you do the entire, lip out, jaw out, back. So I don't know if this is just easier for me, but it seems to be working. So I figured I'd share it. And then you do the one nostril on the side. You bring the mouth over, and then you just go back and forth. And then you have to try to perceive, obviously depth to the one side. Oh, cool. Thanks, VS House. I appreciate that. Glad you watched the YouTube channel. Yeah, and I'm trying to get more followers on here, so if you guys know any way for that to happen, like share some stuff, or let me know if there's a good, I don't get it. Like, I always hear people talking about bloggers or forums and stuff like that, and I can't ever seem to figure out where that stuff's at or how I would approach somebody like that. I don't want to come off like too sales pitchy or cheesy, but it's like I kind of would like to see the stuff take off a little bit more, I'm not really entirely sure how that is. So if any of you guys are SEO gurus or whatever they call people that are really good at that, it's not me though. It's not my. I just kind of got lucky on YouTube that people like the work, but it's not really taking off like like gangbusters or nothing, Not like I hoped anyways, but that's the way it is. Just keep plugging away. Oh, cool. Well, there's one more. I just got a follower. Sweet. Getting ready for the big time. I'm gonna go buy me a fancy car now. Next time you guys hear from me, I'll be driving a fancy car. But anyways, so if you guys see how I did that little center line, I don't know why it helps me or whatever. It just helps me kind of visualize it in a kind of a 3D space a little bit more. So try it out, see if that works for you or not. But that's something I tend to do more and more. And then, the other part is just being open to really, I've talked about this, just being open to change on the fly. If you notice, like a lot of really good digital painters, that's what they do the entire time. They start off with some pretty horrendous sketches and paintings, but they're so good at editing and moving their stuff around that they still come up with a really nice painting at the end. And that's how you have to think about it, and especially with digital comics. I guess with traditional, they didn't maybe think of it like that as much, but with digital you can just move things around, so it's really nice. Let's see, it says I'm adding you to my list of artists to follow on my page. If that's cool with you. Oh yeah, definitely. Sketchcat says, well, I've never seen that technique done before. You need to put this stream up, especially on your YouTube. That's a really fast way to get those features placed properly. Yeah, thanks. Like I said, I found myself doing it more and more. You know what got me wanting to do that was when you do 3D. I don't know if you guys ever had experience with any 3D work, but you do what's called spline modeling, and you build like the shape of the head. Just to illustrate it real quick, you'll build the shape of the head. I don't know what that is, that's the nose. And then you do a spline down the middle and you start connecting around. And it's a bad illustration right there. But that's what got me thinking about that center line method, and then I tried it and it seemed to work, so I just kept doing it. But which is like what I was saying earlier about doing comics. It's like all this stuff really is just a series of techniques that you start to figure out what works, and that's probably why it's so important to really collaborate with other artists, because you know then you share those little ideas, you know, and like, hey, when I run into this problem, this is what I do, and that's so important for getting past you know, roadblocks in your artwork, basically. Sketchcats asked me if I learned that on out of a book. No, I really didn't. I just learned it off doing it in 3D design, really. Now, I mean, I used the center line for the mark of the face. I got that from books. That goes all the way back to, you know, how to draw the marble way, stuff like that. And Jordan's talking about getting big on Twitch seems like a bit of luck and all that. Well, I think the other part about getting big on Twitch is like the showmanship and the, you know, outlandishness and all that. And I can do a little bit of that, but it's not really me, you know, all the time. I'm not going to get up here and do like crazy voices and show myself doing, you know, nutso stuff. You know, I'm doing this more as an education platform, and to point what I'm doing to show people how to draw and paint, things like that. But it seems like the people that do really good are the ones that add that extra dynamic of entertainment and just craziness. And you know, same thing even on YouTube. It's like you see a lot of the viral videos of somebody like, I don't know, funny cats or them jumping off something and hitting something and messing themselves up. You know, those always go big. And it's like, you know, so it just kind of depends on what you're after. And then, you know, you're lucky to see a few that go viral that are just insanely talented, like Mark Crilly. I mean, he's got all kinds of viral videos, but I think that's more through hard work, and then some of it's just sheer talent. I mean, the guy can just draw a photo real like it's nothing. So I think that's what really kind of launched him. That, and he's just a really good teacher, you know. So some of them are just based off just talent and skill, you know, and hard work. So yeah, for me, it'll probably have to be luck. All right, I probably shouldn't have started the stream this late. I'm gonna have to cut it short because I got to put my kid to bed here in a bit, and so yeah. So sorry I did that, because I probably should have just waited and did a time slot where I had more time to sit here and do this. But hopefully you got something from that brief little stint there, and you see how, you know, this starts real rough, and then the next stage I add the hairline and start to figure out, you know, the rest of the features of this crazy character here. But yeah, so do me a favor and let me know what, you know, you guys would like to see in the future. And let me see here. How long have I been on Twitch? Roughly a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. I'd have to look at my first upload to know that. It hasn't been very long though. Yeah, and then Sketchcat says, if I want entertainment, I'll watch TV. I come here to learn stuff and relearn stuff. Yeah, good point. Me too. This guy needs an afro. Sweet. Okay, I can throw a quick afro on him. So yeah, and then what's the other one? Hi, do you do commissions? Yeah, so if you want any commission work, you can get a hold of me through robertmarzullo.com or through my YouTube channel, and I've got tons of videos on YouTube, stuff like that. Just so you guys know, I'll say it one more time. I've got a Gumroad and a Patreon to support the work that I do here. Just, if anybody can spread the word on that, the more that I can get support on those, the more I can spend time here and not worry so much about it. So just keep that in mind as well. But yeah, commissions are good. Just contact me through robertmarzullo.com. Yeah. If I start getting more commissions, I'll ask the people if they don't mind if I do, the commission via live stream. For sure. I mean, that would definitely be an interactive way to do it, and have fun and pay the bills at the same time. And that's really the thing that I have to figure out. It's like some of these artists, they do really well, and I just have to figure out how to at least justify the time spent with, just that whole return on investment thing. So maybe commissions will help with that, or live streaming the commissions, or we'll just pinball different ideas and ultimately eventually get it figured out, hopefully. So yeah, I'll do my best to get back to you. I mean, even if I can't take on the project for whatever reason, if we have a difference of opinion on the commission or whatever, I'll let you know. I wouldn't just leave you wondering, leave you guessing. So yeah, so sorry for the short live stream, you guys, but at any rate, I appreciate you stopping by, and let me know what you'd like to see in future live streams, and comment on the YouTube channel, stuff like that, and just let me know what ideas you got, and that's what we'll do next time. So I appreciate everybody stopping by and watching me scribble. So keep drawing, keep having fun, and bye for now.